Welcome to episode 6 of the Steve and the Hood present Boston Sports Podcast, brought to you by die-hard Boston sports fans. I'm the host, Steve Thompson, co-host Chris the Hood Blackie. Got a lot of good stuff to talk about. We're going to start off with some Kyrie news, what the hell is going on with that situation. Jump in with some Patriots and some Edelman news, how is that going to affect the team going forward. Red Sox got some guys coming back from injury pretty soon, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, Chris. Kyrie, is this deal getting done or what? I mean, we got till 10 a.m. tomorrow. How's it looking?
Well, from everyone that I've been talking to off and on, most people are at the general consensus that this is going to happen, but as time keeps going on, you've got to wonder if it's actually going to happen. Like you just mentioned, you're getting into the crunch hour now. It's, what time is it here? 9:16 on the East Coast, so you're at a little over 12 hours to get this done. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't get done by 10 o'clock in the morning and no extension, then this is a voided trade. You would like to think that's going to happen. I still think probably 11th hour. We'll hear something kind of similar to how it went down. But this is a mess. This has just been one big fiasco after another with this whole situation. I mean, it's one of those things where who's got more power here? And the real answer to that is neither team, in my opinion. Do you really want Kyrie to go back to Cleveland where he clearly does not want to be? Do you want Crowder and Thomas to come back where they clearly don't want to be here anymore either? Because they both feel betrayed, especially Thomas. It's a mess, especially that front office with Cleveland. How do you explain that? Do you have any clue how you can explain that situation? I mean, this is a Bush League move by that organization, and they're the ones, in my opinion, who's looking worse at this situation. I think Boston was fairly clear with the situation. I don't believe there's a better package out there for Irvin. Just get it done. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand what the holdup is. Has this been a Cleveland's plan all along? Maybe. But this has dragged on far too long. This is like a circus at this point. I'm really shocked Silver hasn't stepped in. Maybe he has behind the scenes saying, hey, come on, guys, let's move this along. It's got to get done, right? How could it not at this point? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both the teams are too far along just to, void the whole deal. Like you said, Kyrie doesn't want to be there. He's already said some pretty, exciting things as far as I'm concerned about, he's happy to come to Boston. He can't wait to get going. The GM of the Cavs looks, he's obviously a rookie GM and he's making himself look like an absolute jerk, a hack. That's not going to help his reputation around the league going forward. Hey, who the heck's going to want to deal with Cleveland on a trade now? I wouldn't.
Exactly.
I mean, you'd always have that fear of, you think it's done, gets approved by the league, and, what's this guy going to try to pull at the last minute like he did with the Celtics?
But, exactly. It's a bad look for them all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Isaiah, like, if it did get voided, I think he would be able to get over it because he just loves the city of Boston so much. But as far as Crowder, man, I think he's done either way. They'd probably end up finding another team to send him to. Because, would him and Hayward get along?
I would venture to say they wouldn't get along because he was pissy about the time that Utah was playing Boston and everyone was cheering for Hayward. As a fan, I understand the excitement wanting Hayward to come. To me, he's a better player than Crowder. I mean, the Crowder's got his crowd, obviously, but I see Crowder's point at the same time where it's a little bit disrespectful when you got that jersey on and, your home crowd is cheering for someone to take over your position. It's a bad look there, too.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's a kick in the nuts. Yeah, definitely.
So I can see why that would be a situation where he'd be a little uneasy about things. But on the Thomas point, I don't think he would get over it, to be honest with you. I see people saying, oh, he played with a chip on his shoulder. He would do this. I think he's more injured than what he's even leading on. If this wasn't a contract year, do you think he would hold off on surgery? Or you think he would do surgery? I believe that he would actually get surgery done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll probably never know, but it was probably more him than the team that said, I want to rest and recuperate instead of getting the surgery. Hey, my contract's coming up.
Exactly.
I don't think if it is as bad as what some people are saying, Danny's not known as like a hard butt type of person. Hey, play through. It doesn't matter how bad it is. I know they've sat guys down when needed. So they sat them down in the playoffs. So.
Well, not only that, they had Garnett on a regiment there for a while too.
Right.
I mean, to get him rest. So to me, I really feel like this really has to get done now. What exactly is it going to take to get this deal moved along? A late round, first round pick, one of their many picks that they already have. There's so many different entities to this situation. My speculation from the beginning has always been it's going to be a second rounder. That is just going to be a throw and here you go. Let's just get this over with. I think Cleveland wants to feel like they won the trade. And even if they feel that way, unless Cleveland actually wins the title and LeBron stays, Thomas stays, then okay, I'll give it to you on paper. You won that round. But ultimately, you can't really decide this trade and how it looks for 2-3 years down the road. To me, the situation in Cleveland is such a mess. I mean, publicly, they're trying to save face, in my opinion. Oh, we're trying our best to, keep this together. When privately, I am fairly certain that they're already planning for LeBron's exit already. See, a lot of people think that, or initially thought, I should say, that Thomas was the big chip in this picture. And as crazy as this sounds, Thomas is basically a throw-in here. The crown jewel of this entire trade is that Brooklyn pick.
Yep.
Now, why exactly would the Cavaliers want that first pick? Think about it. They already know what's going on with LeBron. LeBron's not talking, publicly. Privately, they're having talks. They know what's going on. So, what team really needs this trade to go down more? Cleveland or the Celtics?
Oh, yeah, definitely the Cavs.
So, what exactly is the holdup? I mean, no one's been able to figure that out yet. To me, it's just a rookie mistake. This definitely is not Danny Ainge's first trip to the rodeo.
Yep. Yeah, and I don't know what's up with Wojo, if Cleveland's using him or what, but he's had some interesting tweets last few days.
Like the tweet he had tonight about, back to the beginning. That was debunked. He said that was construed on ESPN, basically. That was his take on that. but like you said, they got to be in a situation now where this has to get done.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only thing with that pick that worries me, if Cleveland has it, if somehow they go and trade it, for Cousins.
Well, keep in mind that conversation that me and you had yesterday about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Everything that I've been told and I've spoken to people about who have the finger on the pulse more than I do has told me that that's absolutely not going to happen. And just from reports, the Pelicans want to see exactly what they have with Cousins and Davis combined. On paper, that is a lethal duo right there. But papers doesn't win you titles, and I mean, let's be real, they're not a contender anyways.
Yeah.
And then you hear a lot of talk of Boston's going to go after Davis. They're going to go after him hot and heavy. If Davis doesn't want to go, Davis is not leaving.
Right.
I don't care what you throw at those people. They're not going to just part with him unless there's a split and it's like, well, get me out of here. We're clearly going to go into rebuilding mode.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like Anthony, he's constantly saying he loves it there. He doesn't want to go anywhere. Stuff like that. But
I mean, things change obviously, but everything that you're hearing from him, I really don't feel that's ever going to happen. I mean, I don't think he'll stay there for his whole career because that's incredibly rare nowadays. That next to never happens.
Right.
So, I don't know. I've been saying right along this is going to get done, but as it gets later in the hour, I get more concerned. I mean, you know how it goes. You're going to wonder, are they talking right now? You would have to think they're at least discussing things. And if it's just a draft pick, why hasn't this happened yet? It leads me to believe that some other team has, their ear, that GM's ear, say, hey, we can offer you this. Which I really hate that about the NBA. That to me is collusion. That's how I feel anyways.
Oh yeah. Like say this gets voided and then some team like 2 days later trades for him. I want Ted Wells involved.
Yeah, exactly. Something would, something just doesn't feel right about the situation. I don't know. It's just something about the whole thing's rubbing me the wrong way.
Oh yeah, I mean I'd be up in arms if that happened. That's BS.
And the thing is, like you said, if something was to happen where this is voided, and then all of a sudden, a day, 2 days later, the weekend comes and you have a deal in place, I'm not buying that those two teams weren't talking while this was going on.
Right? Yeah, no. Yeah, the league loves LeBron, so they wouldn't step in.
I mean, how far could the Celtics really take that? Because that's almost would become like an ethical problem.
Right.
I mean, you're supposed to trade and negotiate in good faith. That's the whole basis of these GMs. And why is it taking till Tuesday from what was reported it was Tuesday, right, that Cleveland finally contacted them?
Right. Yep.
What took Cleveland so long to initially make that phone call and say, hey, we might have a problem here? If you really want to get this done, why won't you pick the phone up immediately and make a call?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. So,
it's a huge game of cat and mouse between the two, and it's got to come to an end because not only is it a bad look for Cleveland, I mean, the Celtics don't exactly look rosy in the situation. I mean, they look pretty good because, as a lot of people have reported, they've been pretty transparent on the situation. But the NBA as a whole is not looking good right now. That's why I think Silver's got to step in and say, look, guys, there's got to be a resolution to the situation. Let's get this done.
Right. Yeah, so, hopefully 10 a.m. tomorrow we know the answer. So
if it rolls around there at 10 o'clock in the morning and nothing's been announced, then the deal's dead.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, also, a little bit other Celtics news. They worked out Thomas Robinson this week. He's got a potential to be an elite rebounder for them.
Oh, and that's a good pick. That'd be a great pickup too.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, he's especially good on the offensive end for rebounds. So I saw that. I'm like, whoa, that would be pretty sweet. But I mean, obviously they can't do anything till at least tomorrow. So.
Yeah, have you heard anything otherwise with him when the situation is with him?
Robinson? No. Nope.
Me neither. It's been quiet on that front.
Yeah, so I mean, it'd probably be like a low money deal. So, low risk, high reward type, smart move.
I just don't know. It's just crazy to me what's going on.
Yep.
I'm almost at that point where I'm almost numb to the situation. Is it going to happen or is it not?
Right.
It's just sickening at this point. It's very, very frustrating. I don't know how the GMs do it because I know if I was one, I would not be a happy camper right now.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder if it's gone over the GMs and it's Wick and Gilbert talking.
Could be. I mean, that's how it all started, supposedly, to begin with.
I don't think Wick would be too happy about things. He doesn't seem like he's someone who would be easily taken advantage of in negotiations.
Right. So, yeah. So move on to some. Move on to some Patriots news. Horrible luck for Edelman. Tore his ACL last week, preseason game, done for the year. Feel bad for the guy, man. The guy gives his heart and soul to the team, game in, game out, every practice. He's all over the place. He wears his heart on his sleeve. It's gonna be tough to replace a guy like him. It's
Sure is.
just the offense is so loaded this year. I mean, if there is a good year for it to happen, it would be this year. They have so many weapons. I mean, they have running backs coming out everywhere. They got receivers. They got Cooks now. I don't think they'll have an issue scoring points, but how do you feel about the whole situation?
With Edelman in particular?
Yeah.
Or just the team?
Edelman and then, the team.
Like you said, it is a massive loss. You can't underscore what he means to that team, like you said. A lot of people say, Brady's the rah-rah leader. I believe Edelman's the heart and soul of that team. And for that to happen to him on a non-contact play, it just drives me nuts. I mean, I don't know if I've ever talked about how I feel about preseason on here, but I've talked to you off air and just in general talk. You know how I feel. I don't like it at all. I feel they should only have a few games and let the teams scrimmage against each other internally. Like you said, they got a lot of weapons, but there's one thing you can't escape, and that's injuries.
All right.
Like you had posed that question on the poll, and I don't know how many people who were listening to this or who will listen to this, answered it. But it was a hell of a question. Who's more important to the Patriots' offense, Gronkowski or Edelman? I mean, I had to sleep on it, and I couldn't figure it out. I eventually went with Gronkowski, but it was like painful to come up with it.
Yeah, it's like 51 to 49% type.
Is that what it broke down at?
Yeah, it was pretty close. Yeah.
And then when I did the question for the show, it was about Gronkowski too, and they were basically in the feel that like you touched earlier with different weapons that the Patriots got, that they'd be okay. I honestly don't know about that. I really question that situation. Because if you take Gronkowski out of that offense, that's a big hole to fill. Then you would have lost Gronkowski and Edelman, two of your sure third down people. Can you trust Amendola to go a full year? Probably not.
Right.
That leaves you with Cooks, Mitchell, who's been banged up all of this camp. Hogan, which I like a lot, which I think will end up taking Edelman's spot in the slot. But is it going to be the same offense as is with Edelman gone? I don't know. I think they're going to have to move a few things around, obviously. You can't underscore how important Edelman is to that offense. It's a huge loss, especially on third down, so someone's got to step up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole Patriot mantra, next man up. Well, if the bodies aren't there, you have a problem.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like not even like third down. It's like any gotta have it type of situation. Even if it's first down, fourth down, whatever. Exactly. One of those gotta have it plays. I mean, he's usually in the middle of it.
Exactly. So let's say hypothetically, God forbid, Gronkowski goes down. You lost Edelman. You've now lost Gronkowski. It's 4th and 8 for your season to continue. Who's your go-to guy?
Yeah, it's probably be Hogan.
Okay, I mean, I understand where you're coming from there, but how comfortable are you with that, with your game, with your season on the line?
Oh, not very comfortable at all. I mean, he hasn't really been in that situation.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. So I feel people just overlook, nothing to take away from Edelman because we know Edelman is one of the best slot guys they've ever had on the team, period. But you take him away, he's gone now. He's out.
Right.
You don't know what type of stuff's going to happen in the regular season. Cooks could be, they could double team Cooks. Who knows?
Yeah, I can't wait for the season to start, though.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
But talk of 19-0, which has generally been the talk for all off season. I've never been able to really truly go there, and with Edelman out, I really can't go there.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it's possible, not probable, possible. But I mean, ultimately, I don't really care if they go undefeated. Would it be epic, awesome, unbelievable? Yes, but as long as we're hoisting the Lombardi at the end of the year, that's all I care about, really.
Right.
So,
for a team that's so stacked, boy, they have a lot of question marks getting ready to come out of camp. On all sides, defensively, they're looking. They don't look right to me. I know it's only preseason, but do you think something looks off with them? Because it does me.
The first quarter against Detroit, they looked pretty good. Except Butler. Right. Butler looked kind of iffy. He gave up that touchdown, like he let it basically fly right over his head, and the guy caught it in the end zone. I'm like, what the heck is that? But
right, it's almost like he's like nonchalant, which is very unusual.
I mean, even he said a couple days ago, that's not me. I'm a lot better than that. Don't worry, I'll be better. So I felt better after hearing that. So defense,
Go ahead.
Defense, I don't really get too concerned about in the preseason for some reason.
Well, I don't entirely, but I like to see consistency because I like defense a lot. That's pretty much my bread and butter.
Right, yeah. I mean, even Bill said they don't run any, tricky defenses. It's all pretty vanilla, so.
Right. But, I mean, they're not going to show you your hand. I mean, no need to do that.
No, so.
But what I like particularly about Belichick as a coach is he likes to cover all facets of the game. And something as simple as special teams. The casual fan, they don't really grasp how important special teams actually is. Are you comfortable with Gronkowski going forward at this moment? I'm kind of disappointed. Then they bring a kicker in to challenge him.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them bring in somebody.
Well, we're almost out of camp now. It's kind of late for that now, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. I thought they were going to bring somebody in last month, but.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's very odd. I thought it was just an off year for him last year, but.
He just has not been the same since he missed that kick in Denver.
Right. Yep.
I don't know if his confidence is shot or what the deal is, but he's shaky at times that fast, and you never even used to think about it when he went out to kick. It was just an automatic.
Oh, yeah. You remember that 58-yarder he hit against the Giants to win it?
Yeah. Oh, wow. No kidding. Just crazy stuff like that. I mean, he's got more kicking points than Vinatieri had.
Right.
And I guess hypothetically speaking, you could almost say that he's as good as Vinatieri stats-wise. I can't personally go there. I just can't do it. Now, Vinatieri to me is the greatest kicker of all time. I mean, what he did for the Patriots, especially in that snow game, that is something that will live on in folklore for years
Oh,
and
yeah.
years and years.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like that's the pressure. Never had won anything ever as far as the Patriots, and then you got that guy just, especially the 45-yarder.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is ridiculous. But
and it wasn't like it was a light snowstorm. I mean, we got buried.
Oh yeah,
in snow. It's like, wow. I remember going out for just a little off thing. Me and my wife went for a walk at halftime. Snowing like hell. Come back and it's really snowing. Like, oh crap.
Right? Yeah, and then we all know how it ended. So.
Well, I got a sneaky feeling about Oakland, but that's going to be for another podcast.
So, moving on to a little bit of the Red Sox. You were telling me earlier, they got some healthy bodies coming back pretty soon.
Yep. Let's see. Friday, Pedroia is supposed to be back with Barnes. Yeah, Barnes. Saturday is Jackie Bradley Jr. is supposed to be back. Monday, Carson Smith is supposed to be returning. So they got bodies coming, and I believe they are winning, or were winning 3-1. I think they're still winning. I'm not entirely sure if that's the case right now, but when we went on the air, they took in the lead. So they can gain some more ground on the Yankees going into this another important series coming up. We've just been meeting them a lot. It seems every weekend we got rounds with them, and this time we got a four gamer.
Yeah, no, they're up 7-1 now. They blew it open in the 8th.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you got Porcello. Do you understand Porcello? Because I can't figure this guy out. He's a Jekyll and Hyde. He looked great for a while, and then he looks miserable again. So who do you got coming up in New York? Let's see. Fister would go tomorrow, right?
No,
would it be Fister or would it be Rodriguez?
Let's see.
So Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Fister.
Rodriguez, Fister, Pomerantz, and I believe Sale Sunday.
So what you want to do here, if you can, is minimum get a split.
Right.
If you can get a split, you're going to walk out in good shape because you'll be 5.5 up.
Yeah, when they win tonight, they'll be 5.5. Yankees lost twice today, so.
Look out for Cleveland. That's all I'm telling everyone right now. Do not sleep on that team.
Oh no, there's one team in the AL that bothers me a little, and it's Cleveland.
Oh, don't sleep on that team. That would be a huge mistake.
I think they've won 10 in a row now.
It's crazy. I mean, they're just getting hot.
Yeah. And as far as, the guys coming back, I'm really interested to see how Carson Smith does when he gets up here.
Me too, but I'll tell you what, down in Pawtucket, he's been lighting things up.
Right? Yeah, he's been awesome.
I mean, granted it's AAA, but I mean he's got to pitch to his competition.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yep.
And with the way he's looked so far, that's a welcome arm. What's the guy, Robbie Ross? Is that right?
The guy, he's been hurt for a couple months.
He's done. He's shut down for the year. So you need an arm. The bullpen to me is starting to take shape now.
Yeah, I mean Farrell
in the 8th, Kimball in the 9th. There's your two people.
Yeah, Farrell just needs to trust Addison Reed and keep Barnes in situations where the game's out of hand one way or the other.
Right, I mean, exactly. And for the love of God, don't pitch him on the road.
Right.
I don't know what it is about him in road games, but keep him away from that mound.
Well, that and Farrell just is fascinated with him on the road. Yeah.
That's another one. Can you figure him out?
No. No.
Have you? You know who he reminds me of? Claude. Would be so damn stubborn. He would not
Right.
move lines. He wouldn't do nothing. Farrell's the same exact way.
Yep.
It's almost like that's what he got his plan and he's sticking to it no matter what. The bridge could be on fire and he's still going to try to walk across that bridge to get through the creek.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
He scares the. Well, I'll be nice. He scares me. Let's put it that way.
Right. No, yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'll keep it clean, but he's to me is the ultimate deer in the headlight look. And once he gets that, boy, it gets scary.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't want to touch on the way it is and bring back some nightmares for Sox Nation, but you know who he really reminds me of at times when he gets that look? Grady Little 2.0. Is that the feel you get? Because that's a sense I get. I'm like, oh boy, I've seen that look before.
Yeah, he's very scary sometimes.
So what's the situation when Pedroia comes back? What are we going to do with Nunez?
I heard a few people saying that Pedroia might DH, but
yeah, that's be one way to do it.
Because if his knee's still bad, I mean, he's not going to want to be running around second base a lot.
Right, well, he's been in a situation where he's passed all his tests. He's been able to hit. He's been able to run. So, barring any setback, he'll be back. So, yeah, if you put him at just hitting, why not?
All right. Yeah, I can't.
Keep Nunez in the lineup, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, you have to keep him in there. The guy's hitting like 400.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Sorry, that's not good enough. Go sit on the bench.
Right. That's crazy. That was a great pickup. And another pickup I really like that we haven't talked about yet is Davis. That's a big move right there.
Yeah, Rajai Davis. Yeah, he had a couple of steals last night.
Yeah, speed.
Yeah.
That's what that team needs.
Yeah, that was definitely an under the radar type of move.
It's like, oh my God, Dombrowski might actually redeem himself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for say what you want about Fister, but he's been decent for the most part.
Yeah, he has been.
Yeah, he had that one bad, horrific start, but he's been good. Yeah, that one hit complete game, right? So, but yeah, can't wait for the weekend. So the Bruins, what the heck are they waiting to sign Pasternak for?
I don't know what to make of that. It feels like it's like we're talking about with Grady. It feels like Sinden's coming back. 6 years, is that what I'm hearing? 6 for 6, basically.
That or
7 for 6.
Yeah.
That's not going to get it done. There's no way. Especially with Rosati's contract, there's no way that's going to get it done.
Right.
And they don't want to go over Marchand's contract. Marchand, to me, took a hometown discount. He could have got way more on the open market.
Oh, yeah. He could have got at least 7, probably.
Oh, at least.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I think that's just kind of a thing they're putting out in the media. I think it has more to do with the fact that Jacobs just doesn't want to pony up.
Where have you heard that a few times?
Yeah. And I just hope he didn't, it doesn't come to a holdout, because I'm really excited to see what the young kids can do. The last thing the team needs is a holdout from him. But
right.
Yeah, I don't blame him if he does it, if they're lowballing him, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. It's a sticky situation, especially getting this close to camp.
Yeah, no, we've talked about bridge deals before, but if you're Pasternak, do you really want to do a bridge deal? I mean,
nope.
But it's tough. You can see it from the team, though. He's had, one really good season, and then he wants $7.5, $8 million a year. So,
yeah, it's a really sticky situation all the way around.
It's a tough call. I mean, you can't project how you think he's gonna do when he's 24, 25, but
you let at least take the chances with him on the team.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. But if they do it and then he just doesn't turn out as good as they want, so, like you said, it's a sticky situation.
Sure is.
Camp's coming up. I hope they get it resolved soon. I like watching him play.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's just getting better too. That's the thing.
Yeah, he was better at both ends of the ice last year.
I mean, obviously he's got to work on his game in certain areas, but
yeah,
he's your sniper for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, he's a young kid. It's to be expected.
Exactly.
But
stay tuned.
Yep.
That's all I can say about that one.
It's pretty much all I got for tonight. You got anything else you want to cover?
No, I think we got all of it. Just let's hope by this time tomorrow we're going to know one way or another by this time tomorrow with this Kyrie situation.
Yep. Let's
get this over with.
Either be yippies and hoorays or a lot of foul language.
Exactly.
But yeah, check out our website, www.diehardbostonsportsfans.com. Chris, where are you on Twitter?
Chris the Hood 420.
Yeah, and I have at diehardbossfans and at We Play for Titles. We're on Facebook as well at Diehard Boston Sports Fans. Go check out our merchandise at the Postal Center in Lee, New Hampshire. Tell Eli we sent you. He's a good guy. Intro and outro music by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks in advance for listening. If you guys like the episode, it's going to be on Twitter and Facebook. Please share it if you like it. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.